The little guy is in good condition today. Maybe you were not feeling well at first. Yesterday was not good. It looks a bit runny to me. There is also nasal discharge, but today I feel much better. I'll give you a checkup later, okay? Have a look. Look behind, look at the hind legs. That leg can't move. I'll take a picture of it later. The furry children are still very afraid of our contact. Just as I was about to approach it, it hid in the corner in fear. Afraid or afraid? Always keep a safe distance from us. Look at its hind legs. Still can't do it. Mainly rely on the two legs in front. The child's legs have no support at all. The front legs support the weight of the body. Eyes full of fear and vigilance. Come on, Brother Liang. Good. Time to take it for a checkup. Yo, don't bite your hand. Stock news. Let me check it out for you. As soon as we get close to it, it will attack us desperately. Slow down, slow down. Good. Why? The furry child resisted so much that the filming had to be stopped midway. It's so scary. One person's power cannot control it. Xiao Ma and I comforted him while supporting his legs. The test can proceed normally. It is hard to imagine how much harm the furry child has suffered while wandering, so afraid of human touch. Perhaps it has suffered too many beatings due to its imperfect body. Wandering is not easy, but staying there is even harder. This place is all right. What about the lateral radiograph? Looks a bit short-legged. No obvious problems. The integrity of this bone. No problem. There's no fracture or anything like that. Then this positive film. This place is called the knee joint. What about the knee joint on both sides? It's completely deformed. Look at what we have now. It is obvious that it grows out. The long outside is coming. This explanation is not that it was hit by a car before. Yes, this is congenital, right? Developmental. Xing, how is this? Treatment can help it recover. It's back to normal. Difficulty returning to normal. If you want to improve it, go for surgery. The surgery is to remove this bone. Just break this bone. Reposition it. But the recovery after surgery is not necessarily great. It's definitely not up to normal standards. Maybe it will improve a little. Everyone here is bending. Later on, if this leg is normal, it can stand up and walk normally. It doesn't have much impact on the lumbar spine, right? There is no evidence of disease in this film, including the knee joint. There are no obvious lesions. The lower leg area. Where is the lower leg? Even if it's surgery, it's also quite a crime. It's hard to say to what extent it can be recovered. Hard to say. It doesn't mean that surgery will definitely cure it, right? Because it's been so long. You have to improve it, even if moved to an appropriate position, but it's not certain yet. Because the bottom has been deformed. Now, I've missed it. It's treatment time. Right. The doctor said that the child's legs have been deformed for too long. Even surgery cannot guarantee a return to normalcy. Look! President Sun, our furry child is. How is the situation? How is the situation? Its spirit and appetite are also good. How do you do the test? There's nothing particularly unusual about this. The nutritional index is definitely a little bit worse. Inflammation is a little higher. It may be that the inflammation of these organisms in the body is high, then a little anemia. Basically, biochemistry and other things have no significant impact. There are no infectious diseases. Infectious diseases, no. There are some, right? This is the test result. Please take a look. It is now confirmed that its leg is congenital. It's congenital. Yes, we just filmed a movie. Take a look at the film. There is no obvious fracture site. There are basically no rashes or anything like that with external injuries. Beautiful. This problem is that I just saw it in the movie. That is to say, the knee joint. The kneecap is completely deformed. It should be a ligament. Or maybe it's a developmental problem. This is why it can't stretch like a normal dog. A situation where one is in an abnormal position for a long time. Both legs like this. In this case, it is usually congenital. So can we intervene later? Can you restore it to normal? Or is there any way to get further treatment? Is there any good treatment option? Just evaluated this. This is because it takes a long time. Another one, it is a developmental problem. It's not traumatic. Then the deformity is particularly severe. It's not like it's just a slight deformation or something. In your case, surgery doesn't seem to make much sense. Because one is from the post-operative recovery situation. It is definitely impossible to recover to its normal state. If you say it, it may help, but the recovery is not ideal. Another thing is your post-operative care. It will also have a great impact, because it's not like a human. If you say you can't move, you may not move. Just break its legs and grow them back. It itself is also suffering more. Then there is also a certain infection rate, or the recovery is not ideal. It's possible that the surgery might be worse than not having it done. There may be such a situation. Then in this case, I don't recommend surgery for you. Surgery is not recommended. Yes, because based on experience, this surgery is not very meaningful. It's time-consuming and laborious, but you may not get any results. If Xing is like this, when can we take him out of the hospital? Can take it back. It's probably just skin injuries on its hind legs. Just wait a day or two and see. If there are no major problems with appetite and spirit in the later stage, then you can apply medicine to it yourself when you go back. Recovery generally takes about a week to 10 days. Doctors do not recommend surgery for dry hair children. Surgery requires breaking and reattaching the dislocated bones. The cost of surgery and subsequent treatment is high. The surgical site requires 3 to 5 months of recovery. It is also necessary to ensure that the surgical site remains immobile for a long time. This is difficult to do for furry children. This is difficult to do for dry hair children. It's just possible that the fur kid will get better than he is now. But it still can't recover to its normal state. We don't want to give up and plan to consult other hospitals. I still hope that my furry children can live with dignity. My legs dare not touch the ground. Its legs are all turned outward. Looking at the furry child's hind legs turned outward and trembling. We have mixed feelings. 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 Not only wandering outside. And a disabled body. If we don't perform surgery on it, it will be dragging its legs for the rest of its life. I will never experience the freedom of running.